Hello, Internet friend. Today on Value Side. Hey, Mr. President, have you picked up a side gig? I'm David Ravel. Well, Mr. President, some of your actions have confused me lately. 3 times I've voted for Trump for president, and I thought I had a pretty good idea of your finances. However, recently it's become apparent that you may be experiencing some financial difficulties and are compelled to take up some part-time work. I know the challenges that can come in your twilight years. A friend of mine now works as a greeter at Walmart down the road, and another answers to the phone at the local hospital. Now, we all know about the Trump Organization, founded by your grandparents, which you assumed leadership of in the early 1970s. We assumed that this conglomeration of hotels, casino, golf courses, and residential properties would be enough to keep a roof over your head. But with the high cost of living, we understand if you need a little extra. Those weekend flights to Mar-a-Lago must have been costly. However, we thought we took care of that issue when you become president and could use Air Force One free of charge. Sorry, it's 40 years old. It's all we had. Oh, that explains the Qatar gift. Got it. When you founded Truth Social in 2022, we thought it was a brilliant idea. After that devastating loss to Joe Biden in the 2020 election, Truth Social was a great way to get your message out to the people. But now that Truth Social is ranked number 38 at the Apple App Store, we thought it was kicking in enough income to tide you through. Perhaps not. We understand that you've needed just a little more. After all, as we age, there comes the extra expenses of health care, retirement housing, and estate planning. Understandably, you've reached for one more venture to see you through. However, your latest gig started on a confusing note. The Trump meme coin began just 3 days before your inauguration. Now, many of us thought it was a scam until you announced that it was indeed genuine. Planning and executing this new venture must have taken a lot of your time. After all, it involves not just the cryptocurrency itself, but all the infrastructure to support it. It's perfectly understandable, then, that you sought help developing this new Trump coin. But, Mr. President, you must be careful with whom you're dealing. I want to call your attention especially to the following. It's Article 1, Section 9 of the U.S. Constitution. No title of nobility shall be granted by the United States, and no person holding any office of profit or trust under them shall, without the consent of Congress, accept any present, emollient, office, or title of any kind whatever from any king, prince, or foreign state. Now, you hosted a dinner at the Trump National Golf Club in Sterling, Virginia on Thursday evening. The dinner was for the top 25 Trump coin investors, each contributing well over $1 million. Reuters reported that among the guests were several non-U.S. citizens, including the winner, Chinese-born crypto entrepreneur Justin Sun, and then there was Taiwan-based Vincent Liu, and Cayman Island resident Sheldon Zia. Now, as we age, it can become challenging to remember all the rules and requirements of the presidency, but now would be an excellent time to brush up on some of those laws and regulations. Perhaps you could find someone in Washington familiar with the U.S. Constitution's emolument clause. Mr. President, there are only 43 months left in your term. Would it be too much to ask for you to focus on just the people's business? And that's today's Value Side. For all of our articles, references, and podcasts, visit valueside.com. I'm David Ravel. Value Side is independently written and researched. The views expressed are strictly my own.